What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Poor Judgment. We are back up in here. We were talking about it before we went on, but Marcus is out here looking like he went outside, like he went to Greece. That's what it was. That's what I should have said. You look like you went to Greece.
Yeah, it's one of two things. So, kids and wife are gone. Daddy's at home alone.
Hey,
I got to do everything I wanted to do, except for play golf. It's the only thing that I tried to figure out, but it's 95 degrees outside as of like 4 o'clock. So I said, scratch that.
pass, right? Pass.
So it's either one, the lights above me. Two, I've been trying to get out a little bit more. So,
Hey.
Maybe I got a little bit of a tan.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna just tell your wife that when she's gone, you just look healthy.
I glow.
You
I
glow.
just glow.
You just shine like a diamond, bro. Look at him smiling. Looks well rested.
Yeah, that's right. You know what? I'm actually probably the same amount of rested, but
really?
That's my own doing. Like, we'll get into it, right? So, Thursday night, I worked Thursday. The only showing that I could find of the Odyssey was at 10:45 at night. So I didn't get back home until, I'm going to call it 2:30. It might have been a little bit before then. It was probably closer to like 2 by the time like I got home, showered and stuff. But yeah, so late night, I got up kind of early-ish, got up at 8. Mm-hmm. So took the dog out, did my stuff. Like, I've been averaging like 6 to 8 hours of sleep, which is actually really good for me.
Hey, that's where I'm at right now, and I don't even work as intense as you do. So. But yeah, I was gonna say, like, because I saw the time and I thought, oh, okay, maybe it's just because like you're used to like a graveyard thing or something. So I was like, oh, maybe that's why. But
no,
I didn't realize that was literally all you had.
I'm pretty sure when I looked up tickets to buy tickets for the Odyssey, they had just opened a new theater. They opened up a smaller theater to show it in because there was not a single ticket sold.
Yeah, and it's funny because like one, they ended up extending how long they were keeping it in there, so much that like Spider-Man couldn't even be played in IMAX, and then they're putting it on IMAX for Spider-Man. But I think they're like swapping between them. And it was funny because your wife texted me asking about like what theater did I go see the 70 millimeter in?
Yes.
Yeah, for your father-in-law. And I was like, it ain't happening.
So that's one thing. Two, I'm going to tell you this right now. That man ain't going to appreciate spending the extra money that it takes to go to that theater.
That's true. If he's anything like your wife, he definitely is not spending that money.
They are the exact same. They would just fall asleep during halfway. Not even halfway. They'd make it 1/3 of the way through the movie. Right before all the good stuff happens, they'd fall asleep, wake up 3/4 of the way through the movie at like a fire action scene. And they'd be like, oh my God, what's happening? I'd be like, listen, just shut your mouth, sit there. You're done.
They're gonna fall asleep at the Cyclops and wake up when Odysseus is fighting.
way before the Cyclops. Way before.
When Sinion's running on the beach.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is literally the first like 5 seconds if you haven't seen it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then I was like telling her, I was like, well, yeah, here's the theater I saw it at. I said, but I had to buy these tickets like months in advance. Like I did not. It wasn't like I just bought this yesterday. I said, this thing is sold out like everywhere and stuff. But me and the fiance are talking about maybe going to go see Dune in the 70 millimeter. So we'll see.
Dude. I think it would be preview for that.
Dude. And we saw specials, like we actually saw a scene from the movie, like the whole scene, like a war scene. Dude. Wicked. I'm actually really excited I'm actually more excited for that than I am Doomsday, if I'll be honest.
Maybe.
Brother.
Maybe. Brother.
I was like, yes, Marcus in the front row.
and we'll get into it.
Okay. Heck yeah. But I'm trying to think when I'm coming down. I think I'm coming down in December. Dang, we ain't gonna be I was gonna say maybe we get Doomsday tickets together. That would be sick if we could.
If you come down after Doomsday's comes out, then yeah, for sure,
bro. That's basically Christmas.
It is.
Yeah, I think it's literally Christmas. Yeah,
yeah.
And then we also got the Scrooge. I gotta tell you, dude, on a side note, I'm super juiced for fantasy, bro. I've been running fake fantasy drafts.
Dude,
mock drafting.
I never trust those.
Well, and it's so hard because like you know the first round, but you don't know where you're going to sit, and then you also don't know people's rank. You like draft style too.
Well, and that's so I'm not going to say roped into. I accepted getting into a new league. Never
Bruh, this is like your third league.
No, I two. I will only run two.
Oh, did you drop one of the others? Because you had two last time, didn't you?
No, I think I only had one.
Because you had the one.
I ran the wives, but
that's fair.
I might have ran two. I will only run one.
You mean when she had a 20-person fantasy?
Oh, dude,
draft?
yes.
It wasn't even an even number. It was like an odd number.
It was ridiculous.
I think it was like 15 people. I was like, 15 people?
Yeah. So,
but, okay, what's this new league?
So I was trying to figure it out. They just sent out the rules. I haven't sat down and seen them. It's not a full PPR or even a half PPR. So I'm not quite sure, but it's one of those where you have like a pot of money. And so on, I'm going to call them free agency days, right? The Tuesday after Monday Night Football where you can pick up players, you have to actually place you have to bet an amount of money for that player is the best way that I can describe it, right? So you put a bid. That's what I'm looking for. You put a bid on a player. If you were the highest bid, you get that player. If you tied, it's whoever put the bid in first. So it has that aspect to it. They've been playing it for years. But the thing is like, I know absolutely none of these guys. None. The league that I play for at work, I know all the guys. I've played with them for like 5-6 years now. So like, I know who they like. I know who they don't like. I know what they value. I can kind of game plan a little bit. Bro, this draft is not until like September 9th or something. I already know my draft placement.
What is it?
I'm 5th.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Okay.
I don't like 5.
Yeah, that's tough.
Don't
like you're
5.
like, how many people are in it? Like, is
10?
there like 10? Oh,
I think it's 10.
That's not that bad then, I guess. It's just, it's weird. It's like a weird place to be at.
Yeah, I don't like 5, but it is what it is.
You know, I found something interesting about what you were saying with that. So, to make sure I'm hearing this right, you are standing around with other men with a pot of money, and you're betting on African American players.
Not all. Not all.
That's true. Christian McCaffrey is still there.
Wait a second. Don't put words in my mouth here, okay? I want to make this clear. You have players like Puka Nacua,
Christian McCaffrey,
Kittle, Brock Bowers.
All I see is the Key and Peele skit when they're like, wait, why doesn't he want me? Yeah, that's fine, whatever, I want him in. And they were like, yeah, I would pick him too.
Yep.
Dude, that's complicated as heck, bro. I mean, I guess that's a lot of money. I mean, how much money's in the pool now, if you don't mind me asking?
It's $100 buy-in.
Okay. So
it's not terribly big. It's like my normal. I don't really like playing small leagues. Mm-hmm. I am committed to next year giving myself enough time to figure out a vampire league.
Is that the one where you like beat somebody and then you get to take their best player?
So your vampire doesn't get to pick until whatever the group decides. Like if they decide, okay, you can't draft until round 8. Your vampire can't draft until that round. And then once that round happens, they start to draft. And then each week they get first pick at all of free agency, right? Each Tuesday, they get first pick of whatever players they want. Whoever's left, everyone else can pick from. If they beat you during a game, they pull whatever player off your team. And then if the vampire wins the league, they win all of the money. If the vampire loses, then you split it 1, 2, 3 like you normally do.
Interesting. I heard that cold one.
Yeah, you're right.
Interesting. Yeah, because I remember you telling me about that before, and I kind of was like, I don't know. That's like, I feel like that's harder. Like, I feel like you have to be a pro at drafting. Is that a monster?
No, the beer.
Oh, okay. At first, I was like, it looks either like the Colombian coffee from Costco, or it looks like a monster, like a white monster.
It's a craft beer. Here, you know what the sad part is right now, and I don't know, like, so it'll probably fix it on the back end. I hope it fixes it on the back end. I can't see you right now.
You can't see me?
No, so I don't know what your reaction is. All I heard is just silence. I was like, oh no.
How long has it been like that?
It's been a good 3 to 5 minutes.
You're like, you know what? I'm just gonna drink inside. I'm just gonna drink blind.
Well, it'll fix it on the back end. It should, unless you click something that like gave up you turned off your video. If your video's on, then it is what.
I mean,
it is.
I see you perfectly fine. That's why I knew what you were drinking. I was like, is that a White Claw? What is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but
this man's just riding blind. You know what? You did
am.
pretty good. I wouldn't have known because you were like looking like you were reacting.
Fake it till you make it, baby.
Either that or you know me so well you already knew my face.
100%.
Yeah. All right. Well, the people came for it, and now we're finally getting to do it. We're finally going to be able to give our reviews, our talks, and our smack talks of both the Odyssey and Spider-Man. And you got to see Spider-Man in the Screen X, which is what I've like my number one thing I'm dying to hear about.
We'll talk about that. I think we go Odyssey first.
Yeah, we'll start with the Odyssey first, and then we'll work our way into, because I have a lot of things I want to say about the Odyssey too. That like it's a little like but with the best you can. What is your poured up drink today?
So I have kind of two. So I brought in a beer, and if the beer doesn't last me the whole episode, I got a whiskey. So I actually I stopped off at the gas station. We have a little liquor store around the corner that has a bunch of craft beer. This is called Carl the Fog. It is from... This is why I love craft beer. They just have
they got the craziest names.
The pink sherbet over the rainbow. And you're like, what the...
Sauteed moss on a green morning.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Jimmy hops over the candlestick. It's from Cali Craft, which is a local brewery around here in the Bay Area. It's pretty good. It's an IPA. As I've gone back to my roots. I've been drinking a lot of light beer lately. I'll tell you this. Before I went and saw, not even before I saw some, I stopped off at Yard House the other day for lunch on my own. Just said, you know what? We're going to go get a little lunch. And I got some light beers. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to go back to my roots tonight. And so I got a couple IPAs. It's a hazy IPA. Very good.
I do like me a little Yard House. It's been a while. I might need to go.
I know.
I do love me some Yard House. Maybe we go the day I come down.
You should. If I run out, I have a little John J. Bowman.
I got back of bourbon.
I got back of bourbon.
I've always got that thing loaded on.
You know what? The funny part is, so I went through my liquor cabinet, and I've realized that I have had to like slowly open up bottles that I've bought because I'm using them for bourbon of the month. And so I don't have a whole lot of bottles open right now.
Oh, so you got a lot?
Not a lot. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I have 5. Two I just bought. I just bought like
I was gonna say not a lot.
No. I had 2 bottles that a buddy of mine was at a store, 2 allocated bottles that I can't find, and they were there, so I told him to pick them up for me. I have one bottle that I really don't necessarily want to do as bourbon of the month, but I'm kind of keeping it as like in the back pocket just in case. If I open it before, I open it before.
Okay.
But I have a couple like mid-tier bourbons that I wouldn't necessarily just use as a backup. That I'm having to use as a backup because I've gotten all of my lower end out, and we're moving up in life, I guess.
All right, he's moving middle class, lower middle class, but middle class.
Definitely lower, but
hard low middle class.
Like if lower class is like an 80, I'm sitting at like an 80.5.
Like I'm just there. I'm just here.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good. So I think I realized after I got it, I think I've had this on the show before, but I wasn't quite sure. The Simply Spiked Bold Cherry Limeade.
Good pick.
Yeah.
I was
like, yeah, and I was drinking it a little bit when we were talking. I was like, this is pretty good. Yep. So yeah, I got it loaded up, and then because we're still in honor of FIFA, I have my little FIFA cup. I don't know who this guy is, but
FIFA still.
Well, actually, so I asked my father-in-law is very into soccer.
Okay.
Italian, shock.
Mm-hmm.
And I was asking him about it because I guess the men's team is doing what's called a friendly. So they'll just play like random leagues and stuff. So like I think they're playing Peru on September 16th in Florida. And then they're playing like so I'm gonna try and catch them because I'm still prideful of my team, And I had to go on FIFA and I had to show them how we do it, even though clearly it's only because I'm playing it. Because ain't no way I stopped hauling them as bad as I did.
True.
So, but yeah, that's what I got poured up. I was like, so I got Henry here from France, former player. I just know he's helped them win the World Cup, but whatever.
Okay.
It was free. I took it. I didn't care. So anyway, all right. Time to give the people what they came for because I'm dying to hear this. So let's start with the Odyssey. Because now, and you know what's funny enough? After we talked, I think the very next Saturday, I went and saw it again. So I've seen it twice.
You saw it twice?
I saw it twice.
I'm not going to lie, dude. I almost did too.
My man.
I almost did. I almost went on Friday.
Yeah. Well, and it was funny because I was getting my truck worked on, and I was like, okay, so my mom picked me up, and then I was like, hey, do you want to go see it? Like, I know you don't know anything about the Odyssey. And so she was like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. So we went and saw it, and we saw it in just a normal 2D whatever, because I wasn't about to pay no extra for nothing.
Yeah.
But sorry, real quick thing before I divulge too deep into it. So last episode's at 105 views, right? Crazy on YouTube, right? Which I know for some people that's like light work, but for us that's a big deal.
Yeah.
But it was funny because after that episode, I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, I want to just take a poll as to how many people know Chris Hansen. So you will be surprised. My mom and a bunch of old people are the only people that know Chris Hansen.
Okay.
Like my fiance doesn't know Chris Hansen.
There ain't no way,
bro. Dude, her sister didn't know Chris Hansen.
What?
My coworkers didn't know Chris Hansen, and one of them was old. I was like, "How do you not know Chris Hansen?"
That's crazy.
I was like, "Do you know Chris Hansen?" And they were like, "No." I was like, "Do you at least know the show To Catch a Predator?" Like maybe they don't know the guy, but they know. No. Yep. They never even seen that. There are people in this world who have never seen To Catch a Predator, and it saddens my heart.
Swine.
Filth. Disgusting.
Bottom of the bucket.
Quit your job. Leave society.
Bro, I'm not gonna call it peak TV, but
dude, that was something. Yeah,
I was there.
I was genuinely surprised. I was like, wow, people really don't know Chris Hansen? Like,
that's crazy.
This breaks my heart. Like, that dude was killer. Nothing made more joy in your heart than these child predators getting caught. And then they see him walk in and they just know that their day is like their life is ruined.
That's crazy because every predator knew who Chris Hansen was.
Yes, especially as it got more popular.
Yes.
They were like, Oh no! Like at first they
Mm-hmm.
were like, "Oh, okay," you know, and then they
Who
kind of were
are you,
like,
the dad here? Oh, I'm an
right?
Uber delivery driver. Like,
They're like, "Oh, we're having a three, a three."
Jesus
But
Christ.
then as, but then as it got more popular, he would walk in and he wouldn't even say a word yet, and they would be like, "No, no,
Mm-hmm.
God,
And they try to
please."
sprint out
Right.
sometimes.
Some of them
And
just were full on ran, didn't even talk
yep.
to him, and some of them would still try to, and some of them did know him, which was funny. But yeah, dude, and then I was trying to see if like I can watch episodes of it, not on any streaming service.
Interesting.
Which I mean,
They
that's
tried to
everything.
cancel Chris Hansen.
I think they did, and now that they're making a movie about
Mm,
like trying to bring it back, I'm like, they got to put this on a streaming
mm,
service because
yes.
now Robert Pattinson's gonna play Chris Hansen. He's
Yep.
gonna say, "Somebody get these beggars out of here."
Jesus.
All right, that led me to the segue. Speaking of Robert Pattinson, so tell me about the Odyssey.
Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the Odyssey,
Yeah, turn away.
turn away.
Or Spider-Man.
Or Spider-Man, because that's all this episode is.
Yeah.
So we talked, right? Or I should say text. I think that it was a solid movie. Like as solid of a movie that can be right under like peak.
Mm-hmm.
The problem I think that it comes to with the Odyssey is it is such a long story and there are so many dead parts of it that you either have to have dead parts in the movie, kind of like what they did. I'm not going to call them dead, but they were slower.
Mm-hmm.
Or you speed through the movie and it doesn't make sense of how this dude is jumping so fast.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did a very good job of finding that middle ground. I think that they did a great job of capturing the character of Odysseus.
Okay.
And I kind of liked the spin of like PTSD at the end of the reason why he wasn't coming home is because he's afraid of the person that he's become.
Okay.
So I like that. I like the acting in it. I honestly think that Tom Holland is starting to become the actor of his generation, which is I'm going to put him just under our generation.
Right.
I think we are at the very high end of like catching all of his career. I think he's going to be the major actor, kind of like the Tom Cruise of his generation. I'm not going to say he's going to peak as high as Tom, but he could. He's got that potential. I like the way he was acting in it. Obviously, Matt Damon is just a peak performer. I like the way that Matt Damon did it. I didn't like the Cyclops.
Really? You didn't?
It was a little bit too like
Real,
everything
like creepy?
Exactly. Everything else was a little bit kind of like the giants didn't look like just it wasn't the big show. It wasn't like 9 big shows. You know what I'm saying? But you have the Cyclops and it just looks like a gigantic shriveled man with one eye. It was kind of creepy, and I guess it was almost good because it almost looked more human than it should have, and you're like, dude, that's weird. And so if that's what they're going for, which I could see it, cool. But it was a little bit awkward.
Okay.
Oh,
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Nine. I gave it a 9.8 as a full movie and a 9.4 for telling the story of the Odyssey. I don't think you're going to get much better of the way in order to be able to tell the story as complete as they did.
Right. Yeah, so I agree with a lot of that. So my biggest thing is that I loved it, and the reason I gave it because there was I think it was one of the TikToks. Somebody was like, "Bro, you got to explain why you gave it a 9 point." So this is my explanation of it. The reason I gave it, I think a 9.6 or 9.7 as well. The reason I did is because we've all read, well, most of us have read the Odyssey, right? And I think it did a great job telling it, but I think that if you walked into this movie never reading the Odyssey, you walked out extremely impressed with it. And the reason I say this, well, one, because my mom never read the Odyssey. And so I asked her after the movie, I said, what do you give that on a 1 to 10? And she was like, honestly, like a 9.5. Like, that was great. And I agree, because, like, when you walk in, you don't have to know the Odyssey, but you feel like you did see one character development on Odysseus, because yeah, I loved that. Like, even though he's not like that in the actual Odyssey, he's not like PTSD word driven. He's more like, I just want to I'm a bad bee and I'm going home.
Yeah.
He I love that they played him that way, because it gave him character depth, it gave him character development, and it touched on this idea of humanity, because like when he's watching them just burn down the city and murder people and stuff like that, he's like, what are we doing? Like, yeah, this is war, but what about these innocent people you're killing? You know? So I love that. I thought it was shot beautifully. Loved it. I
Yes.
especially loved it in the 70 millimeter. Like, I wish they would keep it in there longer, because then, dude, you and me go see it in 70 millimeter. That'd be a dream again. Loved it, but I loved even just the way it was shot in general. Like, it was just shot beautifully. It felt gritty. It felt grime, down to earth and everything. I love the props. I know you didn't like the Cyclops, but I loved the Cyclops, because it was like, it was realistic. I think, like, it wasn't like some, yeah. I think that's like, it gave him that human-esque look, which is like, okay, if you were to have a human child that just happened to be 18 feet tall and had one eye, that's what it would probably look like.
Yes.
Yeah. So I like that. And when you find out, like, actually how because they actually, you built that puppet, like, that was a puppet they built, which is crazy. I was like, what do you even do with that thing when you're done? That scene, the Cersei scene, yeah, where she turns them into the pigs, crazy. Yes. That was crazy.
The video, I was watching a video that says, like, that is not CGI. That is like a animatronic-esque thing that they're doing to those, like, people into pigs.
Yeah. And that's what I love about Christopher Nolan, is that he's not one to be like, oh, we're just gonna blow it on a bunch of CGI. Like, and that's why I gave this the 9.7, because like Matt Damon was explaining the part where they're going past the whirlpool. He was saying that what they did was they took ski jets and were like running them through, and that's how they created the little vortex down there. And then I think they probably then just like obviously edited out like the ski jets and stuff, which was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I mean, and then like there's so much to talk about with this movie. Okay. So let me ask you your opinion on certain things, because these were my 3 main complaints about the movie.
Yep.
The first was, I think they should have recasted Elliot Page, which was Sinyan.
I don't know whether they needed, like, I don't think that Elliot Page did a bad job, right? Like, if you take everything around Elliot Page, you take all the political stuff around Elliot Page out, I don't think Elliot Page did a bad job. I will say there was a moment when Elliot Page pulled up that I was like, is this supposed to be
Achilles,
man or woman?
Oh.
Not Achilles. No.
You're like, ain't no way.
No. If they made Elliot Page Achilles, I'm out.
Yeah, same. I would have been out.
You cannot. He does
make
not
the
have
greatest warrior. Yeah.
Yeah. That person does not have the physique or the description that Achilles is. I would be out.
Right.
Just playing like this side-ish character, because at the end of the day, it's kind of a side character. I don't think Elliot Page did a bad job. Like, it invoked emotion. There is a moment where you're sitting there going like, oh, I get it now. Like, I see the connection there. I don't know whether if you put anyone else in there that I'm going to be like, that is a 100% Oscar performance.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think no one there is going to get supporting actor of the year.
Right.
It's just, it's too small of a role. So I could give or take. Like, I think Elliot Page did a good enough job. Could someone do a little bit better? Sure, maybe. but I'm not going to give you a name because I don't know.
Yeah, and I will say that, like, so me and my fiance both walked out of there saying that, like, when we watched it, it just didn't fit Elliot Page, that role, like, whatever that was supposed to, like, I understand, like, and I understand that it was supposed to be, like, this feeble boy that's, like, you know, obviously gets himself killed in there and everything.
A decoy.
But, yeah, and wasn't even supposed to be there, was supposed to have been switched off and all that stuff. But it just felt like they were still out of place in there. Like, it just didn't feel like, and I don't know, maybe it was the way they still talked, maybe it was the way they carried themselves, like, I don't know. But we both kind of, because even my fiance, who's not into any of the political stuff and nonsense, was even like, yeah, I would have recasted that role for them. Because, like, and, you know, and obviously in the Odyssey, Sinian is not even, it's supposed to be Achilles he talks to in the underworld and all, which would have been cool, because as a nod, they should have had Brad Pitt be there.
Yes.
That would have been sick.
Yes.
But overall, I just think that, and I agree with you in the sense that I don't know who I would have replace it. And I don't think that they did a horrendous job. Like, it didn't ruin the movie for me. I just think, like, it would have been better, slightly better, had they recasted this. But, like, it still would have been a 9.7 even with or without them.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that was my first one. My second complaint about this movie. Now, I noticed it more the second time watching it than I did the first time. But the second time, I noticed that, or the first time, I noticed that he wasn't as cunning. So, because the Odyssey is supposed to be like, Odysseus is the most cunning man in the world. Like, he's smart, he's very intelligent, but cunning. Like, so for example, like with the Cyclops scene, the Cyclops at one point asks him, "What is your name?" Because the Cyclops talks more. And the Cyclops, and he tells the Cyclops, "My name is Nobody." And then the reason why is because then when the Cyclops gets hurt, the Cyclops comes out of his apartment, his man cave, screaming, and there's other Cyclopses on the island, or giants, and they're like, "Hey, what happened to you?" And he screams, "Nobody hurt me."
Yep.
And that was supposed to, you know, and then like the sheep thing was also
exactly,
and the sheep thing was how they get away and everything. And I felt like it lacked that, because it was more about him being traumatic and going through trauma and stuff like that, and less about like, oh, I'm cunning. Now, again, I still like the way they did it. It just would have been nice to have a little bit of more cunning Odysseus. Just because like that would have been cool. Like, the only times you really see him do the cunning is like, I mean, obviously when he built the Trojan horse, they still did the sheep thing, and then like I actually thought one of his most cunning scenes was the siren thing, when he was like, "Oh, tie me up! I want to hear this. I want to hear this beat. I want to hear I want to hear that new DJ Mustard they're gonna be singing, that new Drake." That was cunning, but really outside of that, he lacked the cunningness of Odysseus. You know, the cunningness to say like, "Oh, we can't break through their walls. Why don't we go in through a gift and then we all sneak in?" You know.
So yes, I agree that they didn't make him like a cunning person. But I do think they showed this side of like, I think what they tried to do is they tried to make you be a little like, when you read the Odyssey, it's all about how Odysseus is like beloved, you know, chosen by the gods. Like, he's not God. He's not a god, but he's godly almost. And I feel like this movie kind of brings him down a notch to be on our level.
Right.
So, like, that's where you have this moment of, like, I want my wife to wait for me. Like, I have PTSD from the war. I don't want to go back because of the things I've done. Like, I think it makes you connect with him a little bit more than you do from the book. Because from the book, you're just like, oh, this dude is like, fuck it, boys, let's go. And it's just a party bus on a boat. Yeah, it's just a party bus on the boat where it's like, we're going to go fuck up the giants. Yeah. Like,
oh, some of you are going to die, but I'm willing to make that sacrifice.
Like, and so I think that the interpretation of it is not directly from the books, which I'm okay with. Tell your own story.
Right.
And I think they stuck close enough to the books where you're like, okay, cool. Like, this is the Odyssey. It's not an interpretation of the Odyssey. It's like, this is the Odyssey. Like, right. I didn't walk out of the movie going like, that's a completely different fucking telling of the story.
Right.
There's little bits and pieces. I do think that they were walking this weird line of like what you're saying of like, he's trying to be this badass and cunning, but also he's being thoughtful about his feelings. And it's like, you don't have quite one or the other. Like, oh, I'm a badass. I can string my bow and I can shoot it between arrows, but also I've done terrible things.
Right. I feel bad for what I did in Troy, even though I won the war.
Also I'm sad that I did this in Troy, but tie me up to the sail post because I want to hear what the sirens have to say.
I want to be the only man to live to see the siren tale.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that they did a decent job of playing both ends, but at the end of the day, I think that they had a good mixture of the two to the point where I was like, you didn't pick either one and you didn't mix them correctly. I think they mixed them correctly enough where I'm like, okay, this is a great story.
Right.
But I do understand what you're saying where it's like, it's not the same Odysseus from the story where you're like, oh, this dude's just like, I'm a fucking badass. I do badass shit. And then I'm going to make sure my wife's not cheating on me.
Right. Join me for 500 pages.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, my final complaint about it, which is was kind of segue into what you were saying. So obviously Christopher Nolan's very much more of a sci-fi person, like sci-fi explanation, which critics have always said that this is one thing that he's always lacked in, is just mystery of like, oh, why is this happening? Or, oh, rather than like he's got to scientifically explain why this is happening to you. So for example, like the horse being buried in the sand, like that was a sign for him to say like, hey, they wouldn't just leave this perfectly standing horse just sitting there chilling. They would obviously have it buried and all that, So it's stuff like that. But the reason I say that is this. My third complaint about the movie, and my really only other complaint about the movie, was that there was a lack of usage of the gods in the play.
Yes.
Yes. And I say yes, because the whole thing starts off because he made Zeus and Poseidon mad. Like he ate Zeus's lambs and they were like, no, screw you. We're gonna, so there was no, I mean, they mentioned them, but there was no Zeus, no Poseidon, which, okay, but you could have had a little bit more God showing.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Like you hurt the Cyclops, which is supposed to be the son of Poseidon.
Right.
And so you have terrible seas. You eat Apollo's lambs, which is going to anger Zeus.
Right.
But like, you never see him.
Right. You never see them. And then Athena, who was played by Zendaya, she hardly says anything at all to Odysseus. Barely says anything to him. I liked the symbolism they had of like when they beheaded the Athena statue and then he sees the girl that got beheaded as Athena. Like, loved that thing. But it would have been nice to have more of that, like more her being more wisdom, because she basically holds his hand and helps him get all the way back home. So that would have been nice. But yeah. And then I was also gonna say they don't even really mention Cersei as a goddess because, or not Cersei. Well, a little bit. They call her more of a witch, but Calypso. Sorry, that's what I was saying. Because the whole reason he's stuck there is Calypso's a goddess, and she's just like drugging him up, and he's not leaving. Like he doesn't want to be. I mean, if I was stuck on a beach with Charlie Thiz and Thor's, hey, hey, don't worry about me, Apollo. I'm good here. I got drugs and I got a baddie. But yeah, it would have been nice to have more God usage, because like the whole reason why the journey also even happens in the beginning is because Apollo goes down to Calypso and is like, hey, you need to let my boy Odysseus go. And she's like, well, how come Zeus gets to just smash any human he wants, but I don't get to keep this one? And he's like, that's not my problem. You need to let Odysseus go. Yeah. So I think the lack of gods kind of made it less like epically in that sense, because it would have been nice to have the gods be part of it, because then it would have played more into like that Greek mythology of it.
Yeah.
But even without that, and with all those three criticisms, I still 9.7 did. So
Yeah, I think it was really good. I was going to ask you, that was like the one question I have. Do you think, because beginning of the movie, right, they talk about how you have to welcome all the beggars. You never know whether a god is disguised as a beggar coming in. Like, you're supposed to follow Zeus's law, right?
right.
Do you think that Zendaya's character was actually Athena?
Yeah.
Because that's the way I took it, is that she was actually Athena. He tried to tell them to leave her alone, don't kill her, and they behead her in front of him.
Yeah, so I think she was, because I mean, there's kind of two sides to that. On one hand, yeah, I think she was, and I think that they beheaded her in the sense of like, oh, they beheaded her, and that was supposed to be their way of like, hey, you can fight, you can take out the soldiers, but you need to leave the people, like
Mm-hmm.
don't be
Yep.
murdering and raping and all that stuff. So yeah, but I also it's also hard because I don't think so. I think she was a random girl because my understanding was that the gods always appear to you as how you see them. So it's not so much like your Athena and my Athena will be two different looking Athenas. It's not all just one Athena. Um and
Mm-hmm.
so I think that that's why he correlated them to because they both got beheaded. And so in his head he tied that beheading of Athena to this girl who got beheaded,
Okay.
from my understanding. But realistically, I think she was Athena.
Yeah.
And that was a test for them to see like, hey, are you going to treat my people okay? No? Okay, then, screw
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Um, I will say that the interpretation of Calypso doing this for his own well-being, right? Like,
Yeah.
her drugging him to make sure that he doesn't overcome all of the bad things that he remembers, uh, I didn't necessarily like.
Right. I get
I
that.
would have, I like, if you want to play both sides, like, you can play both sides of being like, I wanted you to forget who you were, but also you were a dick when you were
Right.
trying to remember who you were. So I was just using you for your body, but also,
I
like, this
wanted
helped you out
Boone.
too.
Right.
Like, okay. And that was one thing where it's like I liked the interpretation of it, but then once it got towards the end of the movie, it was the end scene of him deciding to, like, Calypso telling him like, it's you suppressing your own thoughts because you don't want to go home because of this. I was like, no, bitch, you're drugging him.
Right. That's literally,
It's
you're
not
drugging him. It's the
not
Lotus.
him. It
Yeah.
has nothing to do with him. You're giving him the Lotus to forget everything. He's not suppressing anything that you're not suppressing.
Right.
Like, you
exactly.
let this dude just feel out his feelings, and he talks to you for a week and be like, oh my God, I've done terrible things. And she's like, no, it's okay. You're a warrior. Like, it happens in war. And he's like, okay, I'm cool. I'm going to go home. Like,
Right. Because Calypso's like, no, just stay here. You were already smashed.
yeah. Yeah.
She's like, do you know who I am? I'm Charlie Thorne. Yeah,
So,
like I agree. Yeah,
yeah.
where she just is like, "Oh, you should go home," and right, because I did, and again, I think that's playing off of the gods thing because, like, if she was really a selfish god, then that,
Yep.
yeah,
It's the misuse of the gods.
yeah, I agree with
Show me, if you're not going to show me Zeus, show me a shadow of someone throwing a lightning bolt at the boat that separates
Right.
Odysseus from his crew.
Right, and he doesn't have to be like all this stature. You could just have a
No.
random dude just standing there. I mean,
in the clouds, lightning strikes, bolt comes down, you see a shadow of a
Right.
man, a muscular man in the clouds. Cool. You're going through the storms of all storms. You show me a shadow of a man, like a merman, of the wave crashing over the boat or coming close. Like, give me a little something. I get it. You don't want to. If that's what Christopher Nolan was doing, is like, hey, I'm not going to focus on the gods of the story, which is crazy to me because that's 90% of the story is
That's
the gods.
literally,
and Odysseus is just kind of following their whim.
right, because literally it was just on the other side of Ithaca and Troy are literally like 500 miles apart from each other. Yeah. And it took them 10 years to get home is crazy work.
Oh, yes.
All right. Last few things before, because we got to get going on Spider-Man. But one, what is your opinion on, dude, can we just admit that Agamemnon was just straight aura farming?
Yes.
Dude, that dude was
Yes.
bad. I loved that.
Yep.
Dude was like 8 feet tall compared to everyone.
Yep.
Had the dopest armor. Like when they opened the gates to take Troy and he's just standing there all blacked out.
I was like, oh shit.
Dude, I thought this dude was about to come in and Batman this thing, like just start leveling the place.
Yes.
So that was dope. I love the way he did it. Which is funny.
Mhm.
Have you seen the actor that plays him?
No.
Dude, if you don't want Agamemnon to be ruined for you, don't look up who it is.
Okay, perfect.
It's a total goofball. Yeah, absolutely loved it. I agree with you, Matt Damon. I'm pretty sure is going to win the Oscar for this movie.
He better.
Yeah. What do you think of Robert Pattinson?
I
Somebody get these beggars out of here.
I honestly, and I'm happy to say, I'm glad he did as well as he did. Yeah. I think for the character that he played it very well. This scared little kind of boy-ish, but also going after a woman. Like, yeah, I like the way he acted in it. Do I think he's going to win any rewards from it? No, but I think he is setting himself up to break away from that Twilight series, which is exactly what he needed to do.
Yeah, I think lately with the few movies we've had of him recently, I think it's honestly arguable to say Robert Pattinson's one of the better actors in the game right now.
Yep,
like
I agree.
His role in Batman, like he's gonna be in Dune, which is gonna be crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, like the dude is on a streak, and I love me some Robert Pattinson right now, so I give him credit. Yeah, and I thought he did great in that. Opinion. I also agree with you on Tom Holland. Think he crushed his role for what he was. Opinion on Anne Hathaway.
I don't think you needed to have Anne Hathaway there.
Yeah,
honestly, like I get it. You put these star-studded names in there, right, and it makes it for a bigger like reveal. She didn't need to be there. Anyone could have played that role,
right? And I felt like that was. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I mean she was there just to say that Anne Hathaway's in the movie. She had a total of what, like 25 lines,
right?
Like,
and 1 second it's I want Odysseus, the next second is I want power.
Yes,
like which one do you want? I'm confused.
I will say that was one of the things that I had a problem with. Is like,
same.
Do you want to rule the kingdom? Or are you forced to rule the kingdom, but you want Odysseus?
Right.
Pick one.
Yeah, and it seemed like she was waxing and wavering on both of them. So, all right, last thing.
I don't know if it's waxing or wavering.
Wavering and waxing, whatever. You say Spider-Man, I say Spooderman. It's the same thing.
Not really. But.
Last thing, what was your favorite scene of the whole movie? Was it Travis Scott? A man, a face.
No. I think my favorite of the whole movie had to have been. Well, that's a tough one, dude, because like I feel like one of the more impactful one is when he is about to like eat the soup.
Yeah.
And then he grabs the bird.
Yeah.
And she's like about to stab him. I really like that because it showed like, hey, he's smart. He's onto it. He knows what's going on. But one of my favorite scenes, and I think it stuck to the old school Odysseus, is where he's like, hey, I want to hear the sirens, and then explaining what he felt.
Right.
I really liked that scene.
Yeah, where he's like, it's like having everything you want but can't have at the same time.
You know, you can't have it at the same time.
It's like an itch under the skin you just can't scratch. I was like, dude, the way they're describing this is great.
Yes.
And I like the way they did it too, where they actually muffled the sound, like you can hear left and right. I loved that they did that. Yeah, that was sick.
Great portion of the movie.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's a 9.7 for me. So, hey, I'm glad you enjoyed it, my boy. I'm glad you saw it my way. I was scared. I was a little nervous. I was like, this dude gonna come in and be like, this is trash.
No, not at all. It was a great movie. And to that, I gave it 5 5 bowstrings out of 5.
I like that. Dude, honestly, that noise got me every time. Or that noise the arrow made.
He pulled out his bow, and every time he strung it, I was like, this is why I've always wanted to be an archer.
My calling.
It was literally since middle school when I had to read this book. It was ingrained in my blood. I wanted to be like Odysseus, an archer.
Can only you can string the bow. I was doing that earlier today with my fiance or my nephew. He had a little Zelda bow, and I was pretending to be Odysseus stringing, and I would go ding. And the noise the arrow made when it shot, oh, dude. Chef's kiss. That whole scene is sick. So, love it. Terrific movie. Hasn't seen it, go see it. Now, with the time we have left, I need to know. Let's start off with Spider-Man. Well, let's get to Spider-Man. What is your opinion of Screen X? So that's the one that, because you had it all around you, right?
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I would rather go just to a straight IMAX. So, and I think the fault is in the design of the movie theater. So they do have like white walls, but they have wall texture to it. It's not like it's a screen. So I'm not going to say for every movie theater it's going to be this way. For the one that I went to, you could see the projectors, you could see where they're showing, but it has texture to the wall. So when it projects on it, it's kind of blurry.
Okay. So, yeah, I can see that.
It's almost distracting.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Okay. As you're watching the movie, you're seeing the landscape move past you and you're trying to focus forward, but like a tree passes by you, you're like, oh, what the? And then you come back. Like,
yeah,
I don't think that we're there yet. It may be different if the main screen was an IMAX screen and everything else was also on the outside. And it might be partially my fault, right? Like I go see Odyssey in IMAX and then I go see Spider-Man in this Screen X, which is a normal screen. And then they just show projections. They call it 270 degrees, right? So basically peripheral forward.
Right.
I think I'd rather see it in IMAX. I'm not a fan. I probably won't go see another one in Screen X. I'll just go to IMAX instead.
Yeah, so when I first was getting the tickets, I was eyeballing that. I was like, ooh, Screen X, I've never done it before. But then when I was watching the trailer of it, I was like, I don't know. This doesn't look that good. Because I'm with you. It looks distracting. Like, I feel like I would be watching it and I'm just like too busy looking at this while he's fighting the hand. And I'm just like not caring. Yeah, like.
Yep.
So, yeah, I agree with that. Now, so I'm glad you told me because now I know I did miss out on anything. And I agree with you. And they had to relaunch it now in IMAX because I heard they shot the whole thing in IMAX. So
yeah,
absolute waste. But they were fighting with the Odyssey. All right, what was your opinion of the movie?
Great.
I agree. Yeah.
I don't think it went the way that I thought it was, but it also did at the same time. So I think they followed the storyline that I figured was going to happen. I did not pick the villain to be the villain, right? So at the end of the day, you introduce, and I love this for Marvel. This was a fantastic way to introduce, spoiler alert, the X-Men.
Yep.
This was
I agree.
Fantastic. And I don't think there was a better character to introduce them with than this version of Spider-Man. I thought they were going to go more towards like the Venom route, which they didn't, which I'm honestly a little happy with.
Right.
I loved the way they portrayed Jean Grey. I really liked the way that we are starting to slowly but surely get closure with Spider-Man and Mary Jane / I can't remember Zendaya's actual character's name.
It's Mary Jane. It's Mary Jones Watson or something.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, MJ.
MJ. I'm glad we're starting to get closure there because I'm tired of all these wimpy, whiny, crying Spider-Man. And I feel like we got just enough in this movie to be like, okay, I get it. He's a teenage boy. He's going through one of his first heartbreaks.
Right.
And he's also bearing all this responsibility, but he, towards the end, is like, hey, you know what? I can't do this on my own. I have to have at least friends, and I'm okay with losing this person because she's not the person that we fall in love with together. Mm-hmm. So I really liked it. Honestly, it's probably top. I'm going to put it at least.
You can say it. You can say it.
It's not one.
I don't think it's one. Okay.
It's up there. So I don't think it had as great impact as a couple Marvel movies. It is 100% top 5. It is probably top 3, and it might be top 2.
Okay. Which one do you have above that? Which one would you say is better?
I love Winter Soldier.
Oh, you're talking about Marvel movies. Sorry, I was thinking of Spider-Man movies.
Oh, Spider-Man? Number 1. Easy.
Oh, okay, good. That's what I was talking about. Okay.
Oh. There is no question asked. This is the best Spider-Man movie that's ever been created.
I 1000% agree. Yeah.
There is no question.
Right. Like, I loved No Way Home, but this topped it.
Oh, it was way better than No Way Home.
Right.
Way better.
And my review quickly is just that one, I love that it was more grounded. It was more down to earth. It didn't have all this multiversal stuff. He was a Spider-Man that was in New York, fighting New York villains. That's what it was about. I also agree. Loved the whole Jean Grey. Loved that aspect. I thought they did a great job with introducing the concept of the X-Men. Can't wait to see more of on that. And yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I love the whole Zendaya thing. Like, when they were on, tell me why when they were on the roof and she was like, "Oh, Peter," and all that, and kissed them, and then you're like, "They're back, bro! They're back!"
I was so heartbroken,
dude. Same.
Yes,
I was like,
yes.
I was like, "Ain't no way, dog." I was ready to fight for him.
Oh, dude.
I would have had her over the balcony myself.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, but that just goes to show you how good now. Like we were all, but. Yeah, I thought this was the best Spider-Man ever. Like, this is my new personal favorite. I think it's number 1. Like, easily, I think the best. I loved it. So you think it's number 2, like Marvel movie?
Dude,
that's bold, man.
It might be.
That's
I
bold.
mean, I think there are more impactful movies, right? There are more movies that make an impact for the series, the Marvel series as a whole. But if I'm going to talk about character development, the way it was shot, like, dude, I don't know.
Plus, we finally are, like, at first they showed Professor Hulk, and I was like, oh, here we go again. Here comes this nonsense. And then when he actually turned into Mad Hulk, and then the Spider-Man goes, I didn't know you got that big.
Yes.
I was like, yes!
The thing I don't like about how they continue with the Hulk is that we're playing this game of like, I'm suppressing him. He breaks off the collar. Oh, I can't suppress him. He becomes Hulk. And then all of a sudden there's this heartfelt moment and he's able to suppress him. Like, bitch, figure it out. Either you can suppress him at certain moments or you can't. I don't want this game of back and forth of like, oh my God, I can't do it. Oh, Hulk smash. And then all of a sudden the lights are going dim. Like, dude.
Yeah.
Give me one or the other.
Well, and I agree, but also, like, that's the only way you're going to stop him, because ain't nobody's... you saw it himself in the movie. He said, you're just trying to get out of fighting the Hulk, and the Punisher's like, yeah.
Yeah, but also, we're talking about the Punisher, whose really own power is shooting weapons.
He's just very good at shooting and can take a punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I get what you're saying, though. But
which, honestly... I really liked the way they had the Punisher portrayed in this movie.
Too. Yeah, I did
really
too.
Liked him.
I actually thought it was really good. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, obviously, like, I think he's obviously a lot more gritty and darker in this stuff, and comics, like, he ain't messing with him, but I think in the movie, I think they did him actually really good. Like, I actually really liked him.
I like this. I like this version because you have to think at the end of the day, Frank Castle had a family.
Mm-hmm.
He has a love for children because he had a kid of his own. He is fighting the ability to be able to have that fatherly instincts with his instincts of like, everyone killed my family, I'm going to kill everyone, right?
Right.
Like, I kind of like that he's kind of taken Spider-Man more as like a child, and so he's got a little soft spot to him.
I agree.
It makes sense.
Right. I like when he was like, here's some coffee, and then he lifts up the mask, and he's like, really? You can't take it off even for some coffee?
Yes.
And there was actually a lot more cuss bombs in there for it to be rated PG-13. I was like, yeah, because he said a cuss word every episode, every 5 lines. I was like, this is crazy. Yep. And there were kids in my movie, and I was like, y'all really did not need to bring kids up in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, we would have to. I will definitely say it's top 10. I don't know if I'd go top 5, but I definitely think it's.
You wouldn't go top 5?
I don't know, because I would have to write them out, and really I'd have to see it again, write them all out, and then say, okay, yes. But I just don't think it's ever going to beat Infinity War. Infinity War is my personal favorite. I think it's the best one there ever was, just because it was the accumulation of everything. I do think Winter Soldier is better than this one. Yes. I even think Civil War was a little bit better than this one.
That's where I get hooked up on. Like,
we might have to redo
Civil War. Maybe Spider-Man.
I think it could be top 5. If not, it's definitely like 6 or 7 at best. But like, it's definitely top 10. And I definitely think when it comes to Spider-Man movies, number 1, easily. Yeah, easy. No doubt. This is the best Spider-Man movie ever. So
I'm hoping that they don't, and they've been doing a very good job. I hope they don't ruin this character. You have now merged like the original idea of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, right? Where he has the arachnid gene in him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the little.
Yeah, like.
He said Peter too had this, and he was cool.
Yeah. So I hope they don't ruin him. The one thing I have a question for you, and I know they leave it ambiguous for a reason.
Is it the after credit scene?
When he sees Ned?
Oh no, I was thinking the post credit scene, like where it showed the spider tracker.
So we'll talk about that second. Yeah. I guess I have 2. Number 1. Do you think Ned remembers him?
Yes. Because he said Peter. And you have to remember, he never told Ned his real name.
But MJ knows his real name.
Yeah, MJ does.
And who knows if MJ told him?
Well, that is true, because she did say his name, and then he said, oh, his real name is Peter?
Oh, his real name's Peter.
Right. But... that doesn't mean he correlated the two, because because now when they did the dab up, he called him Peter, not whatever fake name he gave him, and Peter never corrected him the first time on that or gave him a different name or anything.
I think the problem that you run into is if you allow him to remember Peter, you now have this. I'm not going to call it a timeline, but you have now broken the rule of this specific timeline of everyone forgets him. So, are you merging 2 timelines together, and Ned has the ability to remember because these 2 timelines are merging, or he should not be able to remember it?
Yeah. Well, and then my question for that, because I agree with that, which is that if he can remember him off a handshake, how can MJ not remember him off of kissing him? Because she
was possessed.
That is true.
Right? Yeah. So she doesn't remember that. But also the fact that she reads the note and doesn't remember him, but Ned remembers him off of a dab. One of 2 things.
Bros always before hoes.
One, bros before hoes. And we have case in point.
Don't ever forget.
Don't ever forget. Or two, we are now like in this weird selective picking, or these timelines are fusing. If you go with the idea that the timelines are fusing, which could happen because of Doomsday, depending on what happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it makes sense. But also, like, I don't know. I just hope, I can already foresee it. I just hope that the next Spider-Man that they do, he doesn't find a new love. And then all of a sudden, in the next Avengers, timelines collapse. MJ remembers him, and now he has to pick between his new love and his old love.
No, I think they're going to end up, I have a feeling they're going to he's going to end up moving on. It's going to be Gwen Stacy, and then the whole Andrew Garfield thing is going to happen. Oh. That's what I think is going to happen. And then he's going to go back to MJ after. But that also depends on how many movies they're going to do. So.
Interesting. Okay.
Because, Doomsday. But then again, who knows? Doomsday's, they say it's not, but it's definitely a soft reset. So
they said it's not. They said it will not reset the universe.
But I don't know. I have suspicions.
Maybe it could just ends it.
Marvel's just done and it just makes random stuff. Well, I just think they're gonna. The reason I say is because I think that's the one that's gonna bring all of them together, which is now why we're gonna get X-Men, because everything was owned by other people, so you have all these different people. So now they're gonna bring them all together, destroy all those universes, make this a one thing. So all the X-Men and all the Spider-Man and everyone, and then you can have them show up in each other's movies and stuff.
I forgot about this. I thought about this earlier today. We saw a young Jean Grey.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean in Doomsday we will see a young Hugh Jackman?
Now that's where I was confused. Like, okay, so it makes me excited to see X-Men, but that is the number one question I have, because she is very young. She's like early 20s, but she looks I don't even 16. Know if that. Well, here's the thing. She's the actress is early, but she looks 16.
Yeah.
Like she looks like she's still in high school herself.
Yes.
So I do question how they're going to do Wolverine, because they're all supposed to, like, obviously Wolverine's older, but they all look the same age. Like they all look like late 20s, early 30s or whatever. But, and maybe Wolverine's like in his mid to late 30s, but even then, like they're left.
When you see the original X-Men and you see Jean Grey, who is a full-blown adult, and you have Hugh Jackman coming in as like a early 30s male.
I agree.
You have to think that Hugh Jackman is now, okay, so you go that he's able to go thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Like he doesn't die, but he ages slowly over time.
Right.
Maybe you can run off that, but Professor Xavier is not that way. So why is Professor Xavier the exact same age in Doomsday trailer?
Right.
Right? Why is Storm? Like, who knows who they're going to bring in, but they're going to have to bring in children version of it. Or they're going to have to recast Spider-Man and Doomsday to be an older male.
Well, I would think they would have to recast Jean Grey.
That's who but yeah. It doesn't make sense.
Right. Then I agree with that.
Recast all of X-Men.
Right.
That is my question. This is where things are going to get hairy if we get down to the nitty-gritty of, like, you introduce this character as a very young adult in Spider-Man. Right. Doomsday is about to come out in, what are we? We're in August.
Like 3 months?
3-4 months. We're so close in the timeline. Like, we're not going to forget that.
Right. And I agree, because sounds like they've already casted her for the movie. So I'm curious to see how they're going to do Wolverine. Because either you're going to make him really young like them, which makes no sense, or you're going to have to make him very old and he's just an old man running around with a bunch of children. Or maybe they just don't have Wolverine and then they wait till they get older and then they throw in a random Wolverine. But you need Wolverine. Like, he makes the X-Men, basically. Our eyes.
Maybe that's your post-credit scene, is you introduce Wolverine and Deadpool.
Good.
When Jean's older. which cool, that's fine.
And then Hugh Jackman's just eyeballing Sadie.
Yeah.
This isn't gonna work, Disney.
I just don't get how Professor Xavier, who doesn't have that gene that just lets him grow old, like when you watch the Doomsday trailers, Professor Xavier meets older Professor Xavier. He doesn't look that young.
Wait. You mean Magneto?
Sorry, Magneto. Yes.
I was gonna say that he don't mean it.
Sorry, no. He meets Magneto. He doesn't look that young in the trailer. He looks the same age as when 35-year-old Hugh Jackman meets him. When 30-year-old Jean Grey meets him.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're right. Like I don't know if that's just because Patrick Stewart does not age or something, but that man looks the same as you first met him, and meanwhile Magneto looks the same age too, but old.
Yes,
and he does look. I mean, the hair obviously is supposed to make him look older, but yeah, that's. Yeah, I agree. All right, real quick, how many bows strings does that get, or do you have web slings?
I wish I had web slings. I tried to find them. That gets, you know what? I'm going to give it 5 out of 5.
I love that noise. That's my favorite noise. Favorite news.
I don't like it. I don't think you could have made the movie any better.
Right.
I can't sit here and think like the only criticism I have about the movie, and I have a criticism about this about a lot of movies, but I understand why they can't do it. You have Peter fighting this ability to control his powers, and then all of a sudden, in 24 hours, he can control them.
Right.
Give me a week where he's trying to fight crime, and he can't control him, and he's getting overstimulated. And then all of a sudden, like something serious happens, he's able to lock in. Cool. One day he can't figure out his senses. The next day he takes off his regulator, and he's able to dodge 19 ninja stars. Like...
No, I agree with that, because that's kind of like, okay, I guess we're just gonna blow past like, oh, he now all of a sudden can control it because he's not stressed anymore. Like, yeah, we're all stressed. All right, he can get over it. All right, do we have time for your game?
Well, fuck it, why not?
Yeah, I mean, it's ours. I just wanted, yeah, it's ours. So I just wanted to make sure.
I don't care. Yeah,
all right, let's do it.
All right, so I've come up with a blind rank movies.
Okay.
So I have 10 movies here. Most of them, actually, all of them are from 2000 or earlier.
Okay.
So, for our number 1, let me actually make this.
You said you had 10 of them?
I have 10 of them.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just writing this down for post-editing.
And I'm actually putting it here in case you don't get it. So, for my number 1, we have Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer?
1 through 10. 1, I'm going to reiterate because we had some problems last time.
That's true.
1,
I started going the wrong way.
being the best.
Okay.
10 being the worst.
Okay. I'm going to go 2.
Ooh, wow.
I have confidence that this is probably one of the best ones you're going to have on here. But I feel like there's something else here that I might not know.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
For your second movie, The Dark Knight.
Is this going to be Christopher Nolan? The Dark Knight. See, I already messed up because I'd probably put that second. I'm going to go 3.
Wow. Okay. You know what? Honestly?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the only reason I don't have it at 1 is because there might be a certain movie, depending on how this is going, that I personally put at 1, but we'll see how this goes.
Okay. Number 3, Anchorman.
Screaming between an 8 and a 9.
How? Okay.
I do love Anchorman. I would put it higher, but I don't know what's coming, so I want to.
Okay.
I might put it at 8. I think I'll put
8?
Anchorman at 8. Yeah. Anchorman.
Okay.
Okay.
The fourth movie, Training Day.
You know what I was thinking of? Was what you said last week. You said you have a hard on for 3 people.
You do.
Dang. I don't want to put it 1, but I don't know what else is coming. I'll put it at 4. I'm okay with a 4. I do love me some Training Day.
Training Day.
It's gonna be number 1. Is gonna be like Barney's Club.
Number 5, Inglourious Bastards.
Ooh, that's a great film. I think I'll go 9.
9 for Inglourious Bastards.
I think it's great. The only thing I did not like, I mean, obviously it's Quentin Tarantino, so it's whatever with that, but I just didn't like the ending with like the whole like, I mean, I'm glad they got Hitler, but like obviously that wasn't realistic. Like when they're just like, "Argh!" Well, everyone's burning down. Argh! Now I will say the ending was great when they got when they got him at the end, and then they were like, they like scraped it, scalped him or whatever. So I did love it. I do think it's a great movie, but it's probably one of my least favorite Quentin Tarantino movies.
Interesting. Okay.
Gorlami.
So that's 5. So number 6, Finding Nemo.
Bold take. I'll go number 1.
Whoa! Whoa! You're putting Finding Nemo number 1?
I'm gonna go number 1.
Wow!
Honestly, that was the greatest Pixar movie.
Wow!
When that came out, that was easily hands down one of the greatest Pixar movies ever.
Listen, you don't have to convince me that it is a great movie. I did not foresee that happening.
That's going to make 5, 6, and 7, and 10 going to be very awkward now.
Wow. Okay. I did not foresee that coming.
Yeah.
All
I'm going to
right.
go Finding Nemo. I would still watch that movie. It was a great movie.
Great movie. Kid
Right.
loves the movie. I love the movie. Great movie. For your next movie, 300.
10.
Honestly, respectable.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's just, I don't know. I enjoyed watching it. I don't think I would. It would have to be years in between before I rewatch it. So,
Okay.
I think it's prime Gerard Butler, but
Oh, for sure.
yeah, yeah. And then really, I think it's prime Scott Snyder too. So,
Well, I think you're going to have a tough time here.
oh no,
I think your next movies are going to be...
I should have saved Finding Nemo for 7.
I don't know about that, but your next movie is Superbad.
Oh, I do love that movie. Dang it. Actually 5's not bad. I probably would have moved Nemo to 5, but I think I'll put this at 5 still.
Would you have put Superbad at 1?
No,
It's
it's just
okay.
I would have probably put it at like 4 or 3 because I do love Superbad.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like got the driest humor, but it is so good.
All right.
Was that number 8?
That was your 8th movie.
Okay.
Your 9th movie
absolutely.
is Taken.
Oh, if I could put that at 10, I would have put that at 10.
No, I agree.
I'll go 7.
All right.
Taken 1 was just okay. I mean, I think it's the better one out of all of them, but all right, what's number 6?
Your number 6 movie is Shrek.
Honestly, that's not bad.
Honestly, okay. I'm going to tell you this. If I could have made the perfect version of this, you're not
what's
far
your perfect?
off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's your perfect version?
Dark Knight is 1.
Okay, I can see that.
Oppenheimer is 2. Training Day is 3. Nemo is 4. I really like Inglourious Bastards. I probably would have put that 5.
Okay.
Superbad 6. Shrek 7. Anchorman 8. Taken 9 or 309. Taken 10. So
yeah, I can see that. Yeah, honestly, that's not bad for blind.
That's a pretty good blind. I wanted to make sure I didn't put any like really terrible movies. Like all of these are pretty renowned for being good movies.
Yeah.
Some great, honestly. Some just good.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would move is maybe move Taken down to 10, shift everything else up 1. Yeah, I'm pretty happy to. Okay. I still am okay with Finding Nemo. I probably would have moved Dark Knight, or I probably would have moved Oppenheimer to 1, Dark Knight to 2, Finding Nemo 3, Training Day 4. Yeah.
Yep, that 100%.
Yeah, I think I would have moved those up a little bit. I'm surprised you had Training Day at number 3.
Training Day is a fantastic movie.
Yeah, Denzel and Ethan Hawke both crushed their roles, dude.
Fantastic
and you get a little
movie.
And you get a little nude Eva Mendes. Sign me up, baby. Hey, sign me up, bro. Hey, listen, Calypso can take me. Free drugs and you get a baddie.
Let me see who's got an orchid out there.
Yo, anybody got a Lotus? And she feeds him. You notice he did not do any of the fishing.
Yeah, he just hung around collecting wood.
Yeah, he just collected
the fish and everything.
Didn't clean up nothing. She was collecting fish, cooking it up for him, kept him high. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
You want to go back to Anne Hathaway complaining that you're running the key? Yeah. Let Robert Pattinson take the beggars. Somebody get these beggars out of here. Oh, that was a good one. I want you to close. Well, did you have another sound? Because I wanted us to close out on the
I do have a sound for the last one.
Okay. All right. Well, any last things before we
No, I think we covered it, man.
Oh, I don't think you gave a ranking of 1 to 10 for Spider-Man, though.
Oh, Spider-Man is easily a 9.7.
Wow.
Easily.
Dang. I forget what I put it on there as, but I think I did like 9.1, 9.2. Like, yeah. I think it was great. Yeah, I agree with that. So, all right. I just want to make sure I got the 1 to 10. I was too busy on the bows. I didn't.
Yep.
I wanted the bow noise. I selfishly wanted the bow. We should start making that a segment now where you do bow noise.
Oh, you know what? I can.
You're it's like, I give that one now? Bow.
We got it. 1 bow out of 5.
I love that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here on today on Poor Judgment. As always, we love, appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe, follow the channel, tell your folks, tell your people. Our boy in Taiwan, continue to hit us up. We still waiting on that. Obviously, I'm going to have to say to BourbonCon in Kentucky, we're still trying to get that invite. We're still doing Bourbon of the Month.
Where you at?
Right. I tag him every time. I'm like, yo, where you at? Where the invite? I check the messages because one day I'm going to get that hidden message request that's going to say, hey, we saw you tagged us. Be like, yes. But as always, pull up a seat, pour up a drink, and join us next time. Leave a comment on what you think of the Odyssey. What was your review? All that nonsense. And Marcus, take us away. Hopefully YouTube don't cut this.
Spider bit me to make me Spider-Man. Can you bite me to make me your man?